Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Here's something new this week. This is Gelli Press Printing. Inky Fun, a new adventure. So I've never done this before, and we're going to try this together on the channel. So I ordered these two things off of Amazon. This is a gel press plate, I guess you'd call it. And again, right off of Amazon, I'll include the links below. It's a really super thick jelly plate. It's really feels great. Really feels great. I can't even say how great it feels. And I ordered this set of acrylic colors as well. The Gelli Press came with some really simple instructions. Admittedly, I've just watched a couple YouTube videos on it that are a million times better than this one, but this will give you some sort of idea of a complete newbie that just opened it for the first time. What you can do with this is unbelievable after I started researching it, and the little hokey things that I do here just touch the top of the iceberg, really. So all we're going to do is grab some paint colors that you like. And again, these are new paints. That's my daughter trying to feel the plate, the jelly plate. It is really fun to play with. Anyway, so we're just going to pick some paint colors. And I'm not sure if I'm putting these in the right spot or not. I'm just putting them down randomly. I picked these colors because I thought they would be something nice and bright and showcase what the brayer will do with different colors. Again, I'm not really sure what I'm doing. It's what I found as I went through this project was how much fun it is just to play with the jelly plate and the different paints. And you'll be able to see that I mess up, and but everything that I pull from the plate, I'll be able to use still, even though it looks a bit grimy. So this is just a brayer. This is an old brayer that I had. That I use more for inking stamps and that kind of thing. And you literally just roll the paint. And again, other YouTube videos are a heck of a lot better, but you lift the brayer and not just keep pushing it down. So keep lifting up to get the color and shades that you want into the plate. And admittedly, I don't think I rolled it enough, and I think I have it on too thick. What I was learning after this process was how many layers I can actually load up by taking a print each time, loading up more color. And again, it is unbelievable what you can do with this, but this is just a very simple example of what it's going to look like. So I just wanted to clean my brayer, and you can see later on in the video that I actually start cleaning my brayer in one of my notebook journals, which I would really recommend doing. I saw that on a tip on another YouTube video, and it just creates some nice pages. So this is just plain, ordinary paper that you put in your printer, and I'm just rubbing it gently. Again, I've never done this before. This is the first time I've ever done this. And I was actually really amazed. And after, again, I researched more, I am more amazed at what I can do with this. So wow, that is a simple little printing that we made there. And imagine like a nice quote on that paper, or some stamps or drawings. So there's, I was watching some videos, you can stamp on it, and I thought I was going to have some ink left here, but you're going to see that I don't. But that's fun. Errors happen when we're just trying new things, and that's all part of learning. So I'm just stamping down. It's sticky when you stamp down, so you just have to press up quite quickly and pushing it down again just to see what I'm going to get. Again, this is regular printing paper. I'm storing my brayer the wrong way as well. You'll see me do it consistently throughout the video, and it sticks to the paper, so always turn your brayer over. So not great. You can see a little bit of the image of the stamp on that side. So basically that's scrap paper. And I'm going to take another, put some more colors on there and see if I can do the stamping properly. Just speeded this up just because this is the same each time. There's no rhyme or reason for where I'm putting these things. In the instructions it says put it straight across. I'm going to try that another time. My brayer had a little imperfection on it as well, so I think I'm going to get a new brayer. It's not completely flat, which I think is why I'm getting all those little bumps, but I'm not totally sure. So stamping, I like I said, I noticed people were stamping right into it. So I really wanted to see what happens when you stamp into it. I can kind of imagine, but let's go for it. And so I have a bunch of paper there that I was going to use. I was thinking about using that scrap piece, but I decided not to. So what I ended up using was a bit of a heavier cardstock type of paper. Reading about it, different papers act differently. And another thing with the paints I'm using, they weren't the most expensive paints for sure. They weren't dollar store paints because the dollar stores does not selling paint right now because we're in another lockdown. But you can use any kinds of acrylic paints, and I hear that you can use also watercolor paints and different kinds of inks. So look at that. That is beautiful. I love that. Showing my daughter who's working at her craft station. So already my mind is ticking about how many awesome things I can use with this, using it in my junk journals and just journaling in general and bookmaking. So again, no rhyme or reason to this. My brayer was down the wrong way, so it stuck a little bit there. So keep your brayer face up. Again, I put it down wrong. I started getting really kind of muddy here. I'm trying to brighten it up, and you'll see that I just create more of a brown mess the more I put down, which is obvious when you keep putting colors down that will blend to make a murky brown color. I'm trying to lighten it up with a bit of white. I didn't do a great job, but you know what? I was having a blast because this is really fun. So this is a stencil plate that I actually use for my die cutting machine. I just wanted to see what would happen with that. Again, the Gelli plate is really feels like jelly. So the idea of it is you can press different things into it. And of course you can buy stencils and things like that. But what I was finding was people were really using what they had. So bottle tops, pieces of styrofoam, pieces of bubble wrap, all that kind of thing. You can push in and create patterns on this. It's really amazing. I can't even say how exciting it is to use it, even though like this pull that I'm doing here is horrible. Like the color is horrible. I'm using a vellum piece of paper. That's why it's so see-through. The color's horrible, but I mean, the image is kind of cool, and I'm gonna commit to making that into something beautiful, even though it doesn't look that great right now. Anyway, so many different possibilities on what you can do. Again, my brayer stuck, so I actually had to go wash it. And again, adding some colors, no rhyme or reason to these. I'm just trying to do different colors. On this one, I'm trying to do kind of a woodland color, and it didn't really work out. But again, it was fun trying. So I wanted to use my more solid stamp here to see what would happen when I did this pull. And I was hoping for something really nice and naturey. That is some coffee stained paper that felt so yummy that I didn't want to use it. I was too scared to use it. So there's my pull on that. And you can see, well, that was fast, but you could see the image of the stamp. I do it again, so don't worry. Again, I'm now trying to figure out, can I make a little sky, sunset, and woodland area? No, not really. I tried, but it didn't really work out as well as I was thinking. I think also run your brayer one way. I've learned so much from making this video a couple days ago to now. Like I've been obsessed with watching people's videos on Gelli Press Printing. Google it on YouTube. I'll include some of the people that I've been watching. You will be completely inspired by their video, but hopefully you'll get an idea of how fun it is for beginners by watching mine. So look at that. That's moody. I really like that actually, and I can really picture that in a page of a journal that I'm making. So the stamping works really well. A good tip for the stamping though, wash your stamps right away. That is acrylic paint on the stamps, and I left it way too long. So guest host, this is my daughter Georgia. She wanted to get in on this action, and she had a great idea that she wanted to do a galaxy type print. So she's just adding all the colors for galaxies. She's going to be doing some using the ends of the paintbrush as a stencil for this project. And again, no rhyme or reason to where she's putting down this paint. She is literally just putting down paint, and they're not even in dots, which most people do. So she's rubbing this, lots of dark blacks and blues and silvers on this. This would be great for any age group. George is 13, but younger could certainly do this. I would just have a cover behind my press there so it wouldn't get all over the table like it did, but that's okay. It was mostly me. So here's going to be her first pull on the Gelli press for her Galaxy type printing. And she's just using regular printing paper here as well. And here we go. So she was trying to make the back of the paint brushes as stars and different shapes, stars and sizes. So she was thrilled with that. Now I was thrilled with it as well. Now seeing other people, more advanced techniques, I know how to improve on that. I think my brayer needs updating for one. And I'm going to try different locations of paint and thinner paint coats. I actually, after making this video, a couple days later, spent a long time in my studio in the evening alone, just playing more. And wow, I was, again, blown away by how fun this is. It is so creative, and the different pulls you can make, layering things up. I'm going to do another video. I don't do any layering here because I didn't even know what layering was, to be honest. But people will put down their first layer of paint, put some stencils in it, do a quick pull, add some more paint, do some more stencils, layer it up, and then your final pull will be a combination of everything that you put down beforehand. It is unbelievable. I'm not really sure how it works. You're going to see in this one, because I read that you could pull prints from a magazine, so glossy magazine. I thought, how fun is that? I didn't really have any good magazines, but I just grabbed a picture and from a magazine that I thought might work. There was some nice tigers in there and some printing. And again, I'm back to the messy brown, but this is the page I grabbed out of a travel magazine, not that anyone's traveling right now. So then I push it down and I realize afterwards I didn't push it down enough. I should have had a clean brayer after reading some or looking at some more videos and pushed it down way better. But I was blown away by what happened. And when you'll see this pull. So I put the magazine print there, obviously covers it all in paint. This is just regular printing paper. And pushing it down again. I should have used another clear brayer. But I was like, what? When I was pulling it up, because it transferred the words. And you can't see it really in this video, but you can see a little bit of the tiger. But you can see how messy my gel print is. And imagine if I had all the paint colors nice and smooth. But that's crazy that it pulled the words. Anyway, I was blown away by the whole thing. So again, so many options. Again, I pulled a lot more pictures from magazines, just kind of playing around. I've been putting some block shadows into it, way more advanced than what I'm doing here. Again, this is literally the first time I've tried it. And I think that anyone who buys the Gelli Plate and uses the inks that you have at home, just use what you have at home. You could fill a day just making pulls like this and then adding them to your journals, your junk journals, notebooks, backgrounds for other artwork. Certainly mixed media kind of thing would be excellent for this. Collage. I'm just cleaning my brayer off there. And again, I'm getting this kind of murky brown color, which I am learning not to get, and I should know better about how colors mix, but I was hoping this would turn into more of a green shade, but it didn't. But it doesn't matter. We're just playing and having fun here. And adding a little bit of red to this as well. So you can actually pull images from photographs as well, like if you printed off a photograph. And I haven't tried that yet, but I'm going to try printing one of those off on my computer and off on my printer rather, and seeing if it will pull the picture. Again, unbelievable things that you can do with this. So another idea, this is just me trying to pull off another piece from a magazine. I should have used a clean brayer to push it down more. But will pull the ink and leave an image of what's there. And you'll see in a second what was on the other side of that. It's just a bunch of little pictures. But you can see the possibility anyway, even though my pulls aren't that great, that how you could layer this up. So imagine if instead of using white paper on this, imagine if I used a book page, which is what I was playing around with the other day. You would get that image on the book page. And it is so awesome to see mixed media really on a book page. So your acrylic paint, and you could do some stamping on it, that kind of thing. So wow, I'm really impressed. Again, I don't have my ink down very well, but you can really see that that's a person in the corner. There's one with a little bicycle there. And here I'm demonstrating just in my book that I created a few weeks ago, how I'm going to clean my brayer off. And this is from a tip I learned from another jelly print person that I watched on YouTube. There's thousands of them. But to clean off in your journal. So now I have some color in my journal that I can journal over or put some pictures on. Anyway, I think that's an excellent tip. Yet again, I put my brayer down wrong. Didn't learn my lesson on that one. So there we go. Keep your brayer up. So just continuing on, and I have no rhyme or reason what I'm doing here, but I wanted to get to my coffee stained paper because I wanted to see what that would look like on a pull. And the coffee stained paper was really crinkly and had just such a great feel to it that I just wanted to see how would it pull off on a jelly plate. And I wanted to do something vintage because it was a little bit well, it is kind of more vintagey feel of paper. So now I am actually trying to make the brown color. So I'm using browns and oranges. And but it's actually nicer than the browns that I created by mixing all the wrong colors. So here we go. Again, I think I'm doing way too heavy of paint. And I've learned a lot from this. So I will have an updated video on some of the other amazing things that I've done with my jelly print press. You can also make your own jelly press. So I'm going to figure out that one and see if there's any stores open that will sell gelatin right now and try and make my own press. So this one's about 8 by 10 and you can get them in different sizes, different shapes. I'm really happy with this one. There's a few different varieties. This one was slightly less expensive than the original Gelli Press, kind of like the Kleenex of the Gelli Press world. But I read reviews on it. It's really good. I have no hesitation in recommending it. This is a stamp that I'm using. You'll see what it is, but it's just a lot of mathematical symbols on there. I want to kind of get a Da Vinci Code type feel to this, or just, I don't know, just something really kind of funky on this coffee stained paper. Again, it felt so great. So this coffee stained paper is really drawing paper that I coffee stained, crinkled up and let dry. And it really went on there really well. I'm not worried about the wrinkles on there because I wanted to see what it would pull like, and I wanted to see if it would actually pick up the creases with the ink and the stamped image. And it did. And I am super happy with that. That is really exciting. So overall, I'm really impressed with the whole jelly press idea. It's limitless. You can create so many wonderful things with it. I'll do an updated, better video very soon. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any questions.